music take your soul. Let's live in the mood for you. What? What?
Nice.
Best cold open ever. Thanks, Doug.
You're welcome.
We're streaming that live.
I figured.
Yeah, secretly he was just hoping. He's like, I'll just sing until shit happens, right?
Well, I didn't want it wasted. If I'm going to make a fool of myself, it might as well be streamed on the internet.
Well, I mean, I don't think I muted the heavy intro music, so you might have been lost to the jungle beat.
Okay, good.
Who knows? Who knows? So, live from Disneyland, we have Joe Gibson in the house.
Yeah.
So how was it?
Warm. Awesome. I was telling the guys, 32 to 35 degrees every day I was there.
Perfect. Yeah, I know. That's when you called me, I hung up on you.
Tell us. That's the weather where every day around like noon, 1 o'clock, you're like, damn.
Well, we did
This
get
is
rain.
perfect weather for a beer.
Yeah, we did get rain on like the one afternoon. It downpoured for a good hour and a half. Like, okay, boo-hoo. Yeah, well, there goes that day. Nope. About 20 minutes after that, couldn't even tell that.
Clear as day. Yeah.
Couldn't even tell that it rained. It's like, okay, back into the pool I go.
So how was Star Wars Land? I know we're not supposed to cross genre this stuff.
Nope, because
There's no Pathfinder Land in Disney, so.
Before we get to that, just so the audience is clear, okay? We are half an American cast, half a Canadian cast, and Joe Gibson is Canadian. So, every American knows about Disney World, right? It's an American dream to go there, right? For Canadian, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, it literally is like you cross the border in another country, which, despite all the similarities, has plenty of differences. And then to go to Disney World it's
just about as far away from here as you can get.
Yeah, it sounds like an alien planet to me. Tell me I'm wrong. So you were saying?
No, you're not wrong. But yeah, problem with Disney right now is that a lot of stuff is under maintenance.
Damn. Did you have to pay full price?
So we checked before going to Disney, and we did not go to Disney because majority of the attractions were under maintenance.
Nice.
So I was not going to
Epcot.
Nope. We just
Universal.
Yeah, we did Universal instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just went up to Disney, excuse me, Mr. Disney. What have you done to Star Wars? Do better?
Yeah.
What? No.
Well, no, it's because almost half of if you want to call it Star Wars Land is under maintenance. So
Really?
it's like
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, is under maintenance right now. I'm like, it's brand fucking new. Why is it under maintenance? Not that many people go there. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's cool.
So what did you see at Universal? Did you go to Harry Potter World and all that?
Yep. There's only 2 rides that were closed at Universal for maintenance. So, but I'll tell you this: when you convert it to Canadian dollars, considering the dollar value right now is not the greatest, it hurt the pocketbook. That's all I could say.
Yeah, it's not,
if you're going, it's not cheap. It used to be expensive. Now it's ludicrous. Compared to 3 years ago, for 2 adults, 1 child, for 1 day with fast passes. Because if you don't get fast pass, you might as well just kiss going on any rides. Take a wild guess. 2 adults
and a kid with fast passes. I'm going to say $600 probably.
Yeah, good guess.
Each.
That's what
That's my guess. Each. This is the Canadian dollar to the American
staying
dollar.
At the Star Wars Hotel, Jeff.
Yeah.
Look, the Canadian dollar has been hovering around 65 cents to about 85 cents American for the last 30 years. It's never dropped horribly low below 65, 70 cents. And I've never seen it go over 85 cents. So just so that, 3/4 to $1. Not too bad. But when you get into hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, it's gross because it was for the 1 day with fast passes was $12.50 US.
$12.50?
Yes. So that's $1,250 US.
Oh, they're $12.50.
Yeah. That was for 1 day.
So Jeff was pretty close.
Yep. It used to be.
What do I win?
Yeah.
remortgage
It
my
used to
house
be
and go to
600
Disneyland.
bucks.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
This is
This is a PSA to all those amusement park folks down there in Florida. It's not that awesome. It's not worth that much.
no,
Hey.
but even the smaller parks, because we went to
Everything's expensive now. It
I know,
probably
but-
scales across the board.
like everything's gone up in price. We all know this. So, but like Disney and Universal, because everybody's traveling now, like everybody, because nobody's been able to for a while lately.
I never even thought, and they're trying to recoup losses.
Oh
too.
no, they're trying to slow people down because the lineups are huge. So they just keep doop, 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 keep putting the prices up to try and slow people because their parks aren't that big. They're big, but they're not that big.
I remember back in the day, I used to love going to amusement parks. Not even for the rides. I would just go and sit down and watch people.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I remember when Canada's Wonderland opened. I was a kid.
Then the pandemic hit, and now after all of that, I just like the thought of sitting in a
Wait a minute. You're one of those
location watching thousands of people walk by is frightening.
You're one of
to
those
me.
shady motherfuckers, like two worse than two angels sitting in an airport in Wisconsin because they were banished. But you're one of those shady motherfuckers that go to the park and don't go on rides. You just watch people.
Oh yeah, I love people watching. It's great.
Yep.
There's cheaper
'Cause
places to go.
Yeah,
Like
for
Tim
sure.
Hortons.
Don't get me
They're
wrong.
not all wearing
I go on the
suits.
rides. There's stuff I do, but I will probably usually for half an hour to an hour of my time at an amusement park sit on a bench and watch people.
Yep.
I also smoke a lot of weed, so
that kind of helps.
Well, also you're in what I'd call an isolated trade. Like being in the service industry for so long, I'm surrounded by people constantly and serving them. So I'm sick of people.
Yes.
Right? Where you guys have been, you guys are construction carpenters, everything.
see,
where
I don't
like,
think you're sick
in
of
a crew.
people. I just think you're sick of interacting with them.
Not at all. Dude, I interact with people for FedEx all the time. Signatures, walk into a business, a dentist office, whether I'm delivering iced drugs to a little old lady over 70,
Interesting.
some guy's cancer medication, or
This is Canada, Doug.
or pretty litter, like cat litter. There's a whole scale, man. Like life-saving drugs all the way down to freaking cat litter is
Have
probably
you ever
the most
delivered human organs?
No, but we have delivered animal parts to colleges. The stuff that comes down the line, like car parts, mufflers and shit, that you think we're envelopes in small packages. The shit that comes down that line, people's luggage, right? Airport just FedEx it to you. Sticker on it, that's Bob's luggage going to his house. I put a guy's luggage on his porch, the other day because he wasn't home, and like we hide stuff so that it doesn't get porch pirated, or some things you can ask that, that kind of thing.
You know what though? I got to give kudos to all delivery companies out there for adopting that policy, because it would have been well within their rights to say, no, fuck it, it's not our job to take a extra second or two to try and stash something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh yeah, well, COVID was one of the reasons I was hired. Like our fleet can't sustain the vehicles. They actually rent a whole bunch of trucks from Enterprise.
Yep.
So that shady guy in a white van, don't worry, we try to put Magnet on the side, say FedEx, but until I get out in my complete purple uniform, right? Seriously, the looks I get pulling up in a white van somewhere, a dude's driveway, a farm, you just see them going for the shotgun.
You need an ice cream truck.
Put the dogs
I'm
on.
honestly surprised because of the number of rental vehicles you guys use that you don't have a big magnet that you slap on the
What is
side.
Doug's infatuation with? He thinks I have infatuation with kids. There were civilians on a burning building in fucking Star Wars.
No,
and you say, hey,
that's not an infatuation with
drug.
kids. I think you hate them and want them all to burn.
But not to break that, let me stay on. So no, down here, the guy in the white van with the ice cream truck is actually selling weed out the back. That was the reference I was making. I just want to be real clear about that.
Here in Canada, the guy in the guy giving away ice cream is a freaking pedo. All right, so it's just like, what are you trying to say, Doug? I know you're a little bitter. You're only doing a cameo, and you might not make it to third season. I'm sorry, Doug. You're not fucking making it to third season. You rack me with. There's a public image, right?
Smile.
But getting back to my point, so many similarities between Canada and America, and I learn the differences from our good friend Gammonite. Alan J. Cooper points them out every day, because I will text him or he will text me in chat, whether it's like a meme like that or whatever, and the other guy goes, WTF, dude, and then you got to explain. The American has to explain to the Canadian, oh, no, we're selling weed at the back of that van. I'm like, okay, well, that's not what it means up here. Or I'll send him something or say something, and he'll be like, dude, not cool. What are you talking about? I'm just talking about this. He's like, no, you're not. DP's not dark side points in America. DP means something else. It's a whole other kind of podcast or video.
You see, it actually means the same thing here, Jeff, which is why I always chuckle whenever you're like, I'm going to give you a DP.
Yeah, Doug and I are going to meet you behind the weed van. Let's go. And that brings us to 10 minutes, so I guess we better start playing.
Well, the opening Marin is quite marinated.
Yeah, no kidding. Guys, we have been recording off the books and haven't been live like we are right now for several weeks to get caught up on content. Technically, there is one episode that is edited, banked, and will drop on the 15th that we never shot live. And it deals with the current situation about what you guys are going to do. Now, it's no shocker that Muros has perished, dying for.
What?
No, I know. I blame you, cleric. And the flying frog. I should be thanking you. Actually, yeah. Hero point.
No, that's
hero
not
point.
true.
Hero point.
Yours is fully non-perishable.
Where's Ryan? Oh, he's not here now. Okay, cool. Ryan, Joe, give yourself a hero point for failing to resurrect the flying fucking frog giant monk with his heavy metal, sword aloft, goblin on the back. That's a pain in my ass. So. Oh, speak of the devil, there's Gamma right there in chat.
Oh.
Anybody want to ask the guru a question?
Hi, Gamma.
Why don't you give this guy enough credit? So, you guys are currently in Ackerville and trying to get the assistance. How many words is Jeff going to mess up tonight? Oh, fuck you very much, Gamma. That's so sweet. The last message he sent me was phonetically broken down the word properly spoken of the last word I mangled in the last stream. So he's just,
okay,
very vigilant.
Well, maybe you should send him your text too.
Hey, you know what? When you guys told me
what is this Lawrence that we're talking about here?
lore, speech to text is my bane. I'm in a hurry. I was literally like slapping dishes away and shutting off one computer, race down here, and you guys are like, filled our chat with like, oh, I'm like, oh my god, geez, I haven't been looking at this today, and yada 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 type of thing. Looking through this. So let's start there with your background lore. Do you guys even remember which ones you took? We've asked and immediately dismissed them. And I was looking through them again because in the player's guide, there's a lot about the town. And every time you guys return to the town, I try to read up on some of the people, especially people you haven't met yet. There's some very interesting people that own shops and services you have not met yet that I'm hoping you'll bump into because they're interesting characters. And they deserve voices. Like, I don't just try to make everyone in town eccentric. They are. They literally say, and so-and-so is eccentric. All right. And so-and-so is known for his snappy hat and okay. And then also, I think this deserves a fun voice. Besides the obvious choice of boost and, I get this feat, there is lore and background to your character. Now, maybe, maybe you're waiting for the right conversation to talk a little bit more about your backgrounds with each other. The cousins know each other, right? But every time you guys...
they do.
Yeah. Distance cousins, right? Every time you guys come back into town, it's not only a chance for you guys to get to know town better, but a chance for you guys to get to know, each other and the townsfolk to get to know you a bit better. So pulling up a little audio and the town itself of Breach Hill. I'm going to hold over the results of the ritual where you guys could not afford to resurrect, but tried to reincarnate Ryan's character Muros. And we made jokes about the, it's actually, I should make fun of the white paint that the UKJ wear, because I was reading another adventure, and it's like traditional, like it's part of their culture. So in our world, like, yeah, they're like, the cocaine is part of the, it's part of the culture. I guess we could just, we could write it off as that. and you guys had believed we had rolled and everything, and the big bomb dropped that what body might become walking in the woods. It has to be something in the region, but there are races out there that I skipped over. That could be anywhere. Sure, they're more common in some regions, but they can be anywhere. And after our botched episode, the one we were doing where there was no audio halfway through, or my audio and everything, and I think we mentioned it to the audience, but didn't totally get into it. I called up Messsina the other day, and I said, while you're abroad and don't have a proper mic set up, and we were using your crappy Bose headset mics, and it sounded like you were in your Star Wars helmet, your soul is detached, and this could be like your disembodied soul. So, I'll get some lines out of you. You get a chance to play tonight, and he'll show up later. But when he shows, we'll get into that. So, whether the ritual was successful or not, you don't instantly get a friend back. Even if it's successful, it could be weeks.
We have to fight him to the death first.
Oh,
yeah. There can only be one.
We don't like your new look, dude. Try again. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah, no, you said you don't get your friend back first. I just was twisting.
Oh, okay.
Careful what you wish for.
Well, speaking,
he comes back to hunt us down.
Speaking of Doug, eventually you guys are going to want to, because you're in Eckerville, go to the portal and go back to Breach Hill and resupply and kind of thing, right? So, if the ritual fails, would you guys hold a funeral rite there, or would you take the body back? And if it succeeds,
I'd take it back. I'd have to take it back.
Right, yep. And even if it succeeds, right? Okay, your Muros is in the mail. What do you do with the original body? No, seriously, Joe, does the ritual destroy the original body?
That's a very good question.
I
don't never read it that far.
Because it just says that it takes your soul and puts it in a new body.
Is it not Dwarven tradition for you to take the body home, and then you got to convince his mom or just new people that's like, we saw the body go up the mountain. No. This mirror's over here. Guy flying 10 feet off the ground like he's got a jetpack. Yeah, he's a Strix now. Or what the hell?
Well, the dwarves do believe in reincarnation. It probably wouldn't be that big of a stretch because it's happened before in their history pantheon.
Yeah. Actually, his mom would just give him shit for dying. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a new kid to yell at, right? Not so happy that that he's alive in some sort of weird form. Just give him shit for laying down on the job and sullying the name and oh, I know a certain sorcerer's in trouble. She's gonna kill you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
the remains of the original body are still there.
Awesome.
Because it's just his soul that leaves and goes to a
so,
new
while Muros' soul is abroad, and the gods decide whether or not to take your offering, might even have a little bartering about. Now imagine, this is something that occurred to me very recently. Imagine you cast Reincarnate, okay? And you say, oh, Dwarven God, sword and soul, right? Or, oh, Caden Killian, or, oh, gods of the elves. I mean, they're the ones doing the ritual. Oh, gods of the elves, please take this soul and reform it into something, okay? And you roll in the random chart, Wheel of Life, right? And, comes up, bing, race X. Cool. And then the god of race X goes, whoa. You're going to stick a dwarven soul into one of my people? I don't care if he's in a coma. Or you just want me to form one of my people, because the gods make those people, right? You want me to just form a person and not put one of my people's souls in it? That's going to be quite the appeasement role for a bunch of jungle native Ukajate elves to convince a dwarven soul and the dwarven god and the gods of race X to hash out a deal. That's going to take a couple extra kilos. I'm just saying. Now, all that's on the table and happening going down, you guys still have a body. And they say, we will not know the results of your cashier's check until...
No, the body will definitely have to go back.
Right.
At least get dropped off and entombed at our catacombs underneath the keep, which is probably that's probably what we do.
Okay.
We've got the room.
Okay. No, I've said short on the mic tall on the mic, close to the mic. I've never seen this, and I didn't notice because there's contrast, okay? Doug and I are centered on the camera. Matt, you're a little short on the camera, and Joe, you're a little tall on the camera. I got a gallery shot going here. I'm just like, huh.
Oh, you know why? It's actually because I adjusted my camera for my interview this afternoon.
You wanted to be shorter?
Ooh.
No, I wanted to cut off some stuff in the background.
Hey!
So they didn't see it.
I'm so glad we have more people than just Gamma in the chat. We have Explosion. He's actually a Star Wars fan watching Age of Ashes. And he says, let's be real, Jeff's going to screw up all the work. Oh, come on, man! Really?
You're totally right, chat. You're totally right.
Well, thank you, Sean. We're just getting to know this new fan. I don't feel comfortable just swearing directly at him. Like we've known Alan forever. He's like fan number 1. Actually, probably fan number. I don't know who came first, the chicken or the Doug.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I found Coop, Alan J. Cooper, Gamma Knight on. Facebook was spamming us there.
From like a scientific perspective, it had to be the egg.
What?
No, just
it had to.
Do you guys know how long you've been listening to the show? Right.
I started in. Well, I can only talk about it in terms of the other show that I followed. Season 2 of that. So I guess 5 years ago. 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Sorry, we're really getting off track here.
Yep.
Welcome, one and all. We're trying to do live shows again Friday, and you're in for a treat because you get to see everything early. Now we do edit and we do add, especially sound effects and some things, to these shows and re-upload those videos to YouTube so you get a more polished product. The MP3 that we finally chuck out later to all our podcatchers again is gone over. Maybe not for cutting and editing, but definitely for audio quality and leveling and a bunch of stuff. So, but you show up Friday, you get spoilers because you're seeing this as it happens as we play. You get to know before anybody else. And that's why we have a spoiler channel now in our Discord.
Could you imagine if we had gone live for that whole spiel that we lost the audio for?
Yeah, somebody
Gamma
would have gone 5 minutes in. Gamma would have said, "Hey, dude, no audio." You know how many times he saved us?
That is true.
We recorded. That's one of the reasons we were going live again, because I lost an entire 90 minutes because there was no one live going, dude, hello, cannot hear you.
And to the podcasting audience, that was the best episode we have ever partially recorded.
There was so good. There was so much RP go, especially from you, Joe. Joe was the star of the show that night.
Just want to let the audience know what they.
Now I want you to make a character like that.
That's true. I do want to see him.
We actually got Joe to play his own deity. We got Joe to play, like a beach bum club hopping version of CC himself. Anyway.
Oh, come on, say the whole thing, Jeff.
No.
You got people waiting to hear you butcher words in chat.
I like CC. It's good. Do you like CC?
CC? Caden Kalilian? Is that how it is?
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Ryan. Hang on.
Oh. The savior is
Sorry,
here.
I can't talk now. We gotta bring Ryan.
Nice segue.
Get in here. Dude, am I glad to see you.
Probably need the other background, don't you?
Speaking of going from flying frogs to jetpacks.
Yeah, he doesn't have it. You got to send it to him, Matt.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I'm
looking.
I feel bad for the dude listening in his car. Going along, going, okay, 23 minutes, and what happens in Breach Hill?
Nothing.
Getting around.
Welcome to us.
getting a roundabout way to closest living relative is our Dwarven sorcerer, Albic Stonechucker. What do you want to do with the body? You gonna take it back now?
Ate it. Yeah, it's got to go back to.
You gonna eat him?
Now, let me just tell you, it is a fine tradition amongst my people to not waste any part. So if you need some jerky, I am your man.
Oh God! Oh, Muros jerky.
I mean no offense to the rights of your people. We just don't waste anything.
There you go. So,
yeah, he's got to. So
you're gonna
properly embalm him because I don't want to be carrying a stinking corpse days through the jungle. That's just
So let's talk about like any preservation of corpse spells. Anything, Joe? Niles?
I'm looking.
Vicar Niles, right? Okay. Just douse him in more alcohol. He'll ferment his ass.
Yeah.
He's fermented from the inside out. He's
Probably
pristine.
take a long time to start turning, anyways.
Speaking of looking good, I gotta say, dude, Disneyland took 10 years off that face. You look how young he looks.
Yeah, no, that was tonight. So not the holidays.
Oh.
Little trimming accident turned into, might as well get rid of it all. So,
Oh, the beard.
yeah, otherwise it's gonna look kind of funny for a while. So,
okay.
So yeah, I got a chin kind of.
Yeah, no, I got a haircut today as well.
Yep. But yeah, at least I got sun, so I'm not as pale as usual.
You can tell by the podcast his lack of beard and my haircut, but you know.
Yeah.
So you've got this faded white, and I thought it was like white stubble, and it threw me.
It is.
Yeah, actually, you know what threw me? You distracted me with the long hair. He's got some long flowing Aiden hair, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah,
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
yeah. I'm looking at that, and I'm told, like, look at Matt Mercer over here. Look at him go.
Yeah, because I'm usually wearing a toque. Yeah. So,
The real problem with making him into any kind of food is to shave him first, says Explosion. They're gonna eat your body, Ryan. I'm just
And what was in my body.
what
Not
was
using
your
it anymore.
Oh, I hear the disembodied soul of Muros floating above our heads with crap audio. I remember the old ACI game back in the day when you could eat monsters you killed, and it
that
would
needs
either
jacked up.
make you sick, or give you special powers. There's an anime where he does that, eats the monsters, and he comes back with one arm, a gun, and white hair. Thank
Oh,
you,
that's
Gamma.
real life.
Awesome.
That's not an anime.
Yeah. The heart of the deer makes you faster, stronger. The heart of the stag. Anyway, bear with us for a second there, Ryan. You're dead. I'm trying to limit the crap audio as much as I can. Oh, he's gonna have a big part. You just wait.
Wait till the monologue and
So, sorry, I'm trying to go from A to B, because if we just like poop to Breach Hill, there's something important here that I think we're gonna miss. So you're gonna take the body through the portal as soon as possible. They've cast the ritual, and again, it doesn't matter if it fails or succeeds, because you still have to wait for delivery. Right?
Yep.
Okay. And I believe there was a catch of they even say, like, we don't know. We don't know if it's successful. We have petitioned the gods, and their response will either be none, or a guy comes walking in the woods 24 hours to 3 weeks later.
Did you already do the rolls for the ritual?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
I certainly didn't want to reveal anything without Messsina being here. So, starting with our absentee, our goblin. Are you going to bring him with you into town, and then we'll get back to Aiden? Or are you going to leave him here to guard our stuff? You guys might be able to get...
we don't have any stuff left. We had to pretty much pawn everything. To
Okay, do you
make
really
this
want to take
work.
your goblin rogue to town?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, to the
Got to
keep,
refinance somehow.
Yeah, okay.
We can take him to
the vicar needs to check in with Temple and move around.
Yeah.
Which brings
Hide
us
with
to the biggest point of my stall, our tourist. Has Glug Glug, the orc champion, ever been to a human town? Have you ever traveled outside of the Moagi Expanse?
The last time we went to Breach Hill.
yeah, I mean,
Really?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I sat him down. When-
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. So, again, tourist, right? He went right to the hot spot, drank his face off. This is life. These are humans. Drink. You're not missing. Don't wander around. You're not missing anything. I remember that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, give me your backstory. Yeah, okay, yeah. You know, all that stuff you were asking for?
And I think we went to the Elven town as well at one point, and I was trying to just stay low profile as much as possible, as much as a great big orc can.
Well, I got to say, half-orcs are welcome. Not necessarily plentiful, but no one's giving you dirty looks.
I'm not half orc, so
No, I just mean like, or your orc people, you know, like...
we're not all the same, Jeff.
The go-to, they're just assuming, right? Think of it this way. Humans see a half-elf, they think elf, right? So orc or half-orc, they just see orc, right?
Right.
Anyway. Now, my apologies, Doug. Your backstory's been revealed over a drink. It's lovely. I'm still waiting, and we have hinted and discussed of, like, you know, Niles. But after reading through, actually, Albric, background, and Muros' background, and Frank's background. You know, there's a lot more there that you guys could play into. Now, dwarves are guarded about their personal life. I'm just reminding you that, you know, whether it's over drinks or whatever.
Especially to conniving GMs.
Well, if you're more, I can go get a drink if you guys just want to talk to the audience about, you know. I'll come back in 10 minutes and be like, and that's how I won the war. Huh? Fine, that's fine. It works with me. Now you love those 30-page backstories, you know. So you were a princess, but now you're not. You were a slave, but now you're not. You were rich, now you're not. And now you're looking for adventure. And that's the only thing in your life that has not happened to you yet. And that explains your first level. Get away from my table.
Well, you never do hear about people who had a happy life and, you know, like, hey, Bob, you want to go try and kill a dragon? You know, screw your family and your successful farm life you got going on there? Yeah.
Exactly. That's going to be the... sorry, we were talking about an anti-party in another game, and... Sorry, can't use the S word. So, we're going to compose the body as best we can. And alcohol.
Yes.
And dried leaves. Wrap him up so he's nice and moist. Right?
For the long journey
through a portal.
to the portal.
Yeah. It's only like a day away.
Yep.
Take him to the portal. Take him through the portal. This puts you at Hell Knight Keep.
Yep.
Which...
And we will entomb him there.
Which, because you guys have left Theowen, who came up with the name. Do you remember the name of the new castle? Because if you guys left Theowen to deal with all the labor, he's been constantly referring it, and this is Frank's one of his final requests, as Rainbow Sprinkle Unicorn something like that. Something was like, do you remember that fucked up name he came up with, like Unicorn Sprinkles Fart Pants Castle? And he's like, there you go. And you guys left Theon unattended for like a month.
Wow.
Right? So now they're coming up to you going, hey, Mr. Unicorn, could you sign here for the slumber? Hey, Mr. Sprinkles, could you sign here? Because they just assume, you know, hey, Mr. Hell Knight. Back at the actual keep, when you guys come through the portal, you still haven't cleared. You've decided to keep those stairs sealed. He's just working on the upright, which means you guys got to march all the way out to the bandit camp and then come into town, which means you guys hit town on the northwest
Do you go through town with the body, or can we not like skirt around town to deliver the body?
Deliver it where?
To the keep.
Oh, no. Like, you're at the keep. Oh, no, yeah, no, sorry. So you come out at the bandit camp. I'm assuming you're going to town. If you don't want to go to town, you could just march through the wilderness, right?
Straight to the keep.
Yeah, straight to the keep.
Yep. Definitely going to do that because we're hauling a body.
Okay. All right.
Haul it through town. Here we go. Bring out your dad.
So...
And by body, you mean me. You know, the ugly big old orc that you're going to have to make excuses for.
Albric, Vicar Niles, and Glug Glug solemnly, and a goblin, solemnly carry this bottoms up, firemen carry, it's a Doug thing, towards the keep. And as people, laborers, and others, contractors, and Muros's devotees notice you.
Thought of that. Oh no!
That's fine.
They fall silent. They stare. They stop working. They nudge the guy next to them. No one approaches you. They just stop and stare. They can do math, right? Obviously, Muros has decided to, you know, identify as an orc. And that's okay. You know?
His frog form got real ugly.
Because last time, you know, you guys never brought the orc out here. You took him right to town, right to the bar, and then right back out to the wilderness, into the tunnel, right?
Yep.
Whispers, wonders, and then you are approached by the female goblin leader, wringing her hands a little nervously. She still triggers easy. I don't know why they made her leader. And she just, you know, little green eyebrows raised, comes up to you guys. And she just slowly lifts a hand and points at the wrappings.
Points at the what?
The wrappings, the body.
Oh.
I'm assuming at this point you guys probably got a cart. That cart you guys always left out there. You know, something.
I would have figured he'd at the very least be on a litter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
A litter box.
Yeah. Sand and incense burning, you know. So it's actually
until we were able to get him embalmed, we definitely put him on a litter box.
Yeah, just rectangle. Looks like a flower box, you know. Just rectangle full of sand, some incense, and something
Somebody
else.
throw some sand on Muros.
There you go. Good thing
He's
you don't
getting a bit whiffy.
Yeah, good thing you don't have a catfolk in the party. He'd be fresh. She approaches you and she asks, "What do you do?"
Aye, lassie, 'tis Muros. He didn't make it to our last encounter.
I see. Please, come inside. She talks to a couple of goblins and, you know, sends one to the back side of the wall where his disciples rigorously train. And a lot of the training, they actually use them to, like, port A to B. So it's leg day, and they'll, like, climb up the cliff with the rock, you know, place it, bring it back down, you know, that kind of thing, right? All training, no matter what they do. They've got that dropping a guy off the side of the building. They've invented some kind of crazy pulley system to pull stuff up. The training, you know, collapses half the time, goblin made, but now we already worked out the costs of, was it cheaper labor? 75 to 50% labor for goblin labor, but 125% of actual
material cost.
Material cost because the shit they break, right? And that all worked out. By the time you get through the grim faces, the wonders, the stares, you know, word spreads rapidly through your keep what has happened. Finally, you come upon Theowen. He is looking over plans with our local dwarf, actually, the stonemason, because we were sticking it to the Pissanis. Right? And he looks up and looks at each of you in turn. And he marches right over to you. And without a word, punches you square in the face, Al. And then embraces you tearfully.
Ow. Did I start crying as well?
You take the hit. That'll be 1 point of damage. He was holding back because he's grieving. Yeah. No, 1 point plus 100. You know. Strength, right? Plus these gauntlets with gems on the knuckles that the guy forged for me. Check these out. Yeah, he doesn't snap his fingers at you.
He's a stonemason. I'm sure his hands are like freaking rocks.
Yeah. Theowen punches you in the face, grim in the face, and then embraces you. And then looks over at the body and just places a hand on his chest and strokes his beard. And then when more tears well up, he just drops his head and walks out, leaving you with a very confused carpenter. No. The stonemason himself is dwarven, and he acts traditionally. Holds his tongue, bows his head, and waits to be addressed. And if you guys want to pass the body through the office and take him somewhere secure, that's fine. We're out actually in the courtyard, the inner courtyard. Where you fought the big lizard.
Was there not a like tomb or something down below?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Where we fought, where I almost died the first time.
Yeah,
one of my happiest crit card moments. You threw an axe telekinetically, came back and hit Theo in the face. Double crit fail. Love that. I miss these cards. I'm so glad the auxiliary casts aren't pussies like you and actually use them. I mean, so good times. And yes, but that tomb was built for the Hell Knights. I don't think the dwarves would desecrate a tomb by like, and this dwarf. You know what I mean? But You might add your own room. There's nothing wrong with finding a bare wall, knocking a hole, creating a room, and here is the sublet tomb.
Well, I think it's a temporary solution because he's got to be carted back to the Five Kings Mountains.
Yeah, I'm just saying you shouldn't inter him partially or here against Hell Knight On or whatever. But down on that level, there's got to be somewhere that's, an empty room that's not technically a tomb room with sarcophagi kind of thing, somewhere to put him. Perfect, they're dry and, that kind of thing. But I believe, free roll without rolling, Dwarven lore. Now, I recently found out, thanks to our good friend Drew in the auxiliary party, that if I look at the party sheet, I can actually do massive saves, checks, skill checks, perceptions for the party all at once. One click, bang.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
And I can do them publicly and I can do them privately.
Uh-oh.
So I might, from now on, instead of me going in the tower, and wait like 5 minutes of you guys picking up your dice, putting in the tower, and then me going, one click, I can just go, Vicar Niles, you know this, blah, 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 kind of thing.
So we won't see all those 20s you roll the next time.
It'd be less painful, Doug. It'll be
right.
Especially
it was a 19. Don't worry, it was a 19. It was still a critical.
Hit's a hit, right? By any other name. So, preparing the body. Now, Vicar Niles has human religion, and you guys have Dwarven religion. Do you actually have any training in Dwarven religion? Or the occult?
Dwarven lore, but not religion, no.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's...
Now...
Lore is lore.
Right. Now, I'm just saying, like, untrained, you can make a religion check because this is... Or a society check. Right? Because every dwarf is taught how their people are interred. But the actual ceremonies, what you should say, what cloth materials you would use, blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if you guys... If you have the skill to know, then give me a roll, and then you have the option to, like, delve deeper.
Okay. Sounds
an 18 for Dwarven lore.
Okay.
And a 25 for Dwarven lore.
Okay. So that will cover... that will... No, he's a cleric that might study other religions. That's no shame in that.
No, I got that with my adopted ancestry.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you know how like the immigration tests are like way harder and people who actually live in the country wouldn't know all the answers, but people who are just coming are expected to know the answer. Same deal.
Yep. Well, you know how many tourists come to the Coarthas and they've like read pamphlets and shit they don't know, and they're like, "Hey, where's the artesian stone?" The what? Yeah, it's supposed to be right around here. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I live here my whole life. No, the artesian well. Oh, you're talking about that pipe in the ditch that's like out of a fed spring and we just go put our water jugs in? Oh, I'm sure it's fine. No need to be tested. They're like, what? Oh, yeah. Pipe in a ditch, man. Right there in Bob Cajun. There you go. Knock yourself out. Gappers use it. Anyway. The irony, the day that Joe shaves his freaking beard, he pulls a 25 out of his ass on Dwarven lore. Isn't that funny? There is a transition period, a waiting period, if you will, where the soul might linger and hover around the body as a ritual is performed and the gods are petitioned. The gods can reach your loose soul anywhere. So I would say our disembodied Muros has been witnessing this, watching you guys bump every tree, drop them in the muck to go take a leak, all the way through the jungle, all the way through the tunnel, all the way out of town and here, and the rightful reaction of Muros, Theoan, punching in the face and then crying. And for a moment, his hand, Muros, you're just some disembodied awareness. It's not like you can see them, but it's like you can sense them. You can almost hear them. You feel Theon's presence you haven't felt in a while. You sense his touch. Haven't felt that in a while either, but that's college days, something like that. And as he places his hand on your chest, a connection is made. You feel him near you. You know you're dead because you remember the battle and now you're just sort of void walking. If you, on this empty, you guys have seen Stranger Things, whenever she like goes all up in her head, she's on the plane of black water, you know, the people just appear that are within her sensory range, right? Imagine something like that, but more of a misty mountain gray, stone ground, endless waterfall in the far distance, a misty gray, cloudy mountain kind of thing, and he's on it, walking or just sensing. And then out of the mists, you sense, if not see, Theon at a litter box, placing his hand on the biggest cat turd. No, wait a minute, that's you wrapped up in ceremony. Okay. You have this moment, Muros. What would you do? Would you cry out? Would you comfort? Would you say, "Oh hell no, get me out of that box"? Like, you know, what would you? Yeah, permission to unmute, sir. What would the disembodied Muros say or do?
Muros, if he was there, would just try to put a hand on Ewan's shoulder.
Okay. This plays out exactly as I said. He places his hand, and as if he can still sense Muros comforting him, causes the tears to well up again, and it's too much for Theon. And he leaves the room. Now you guys are down the tomb. And you witness your cousin and Vicar Niles discussing if it's right to temporarily inter or just rest a dwarven body in a human tomb. Or human adjacent. Or tomb adjacent. Or, you know, how long till we got in the mountain? And you like these, not every step of the way, but big decisions, big moments that were a psychic conscience or a heartfelt emotion. When a person makes a decision, it's like a pulse, and you are aware of those pulses. And Muros will be somewhat aware of what's going on. Till they stuff you back into another body, or, you know, you just go on to the beyond and whatever. But feel free to, you know, witness and float away. I mean, float around as in like ongoing floating, not leave. We try to keep you tethered here. Don't run off.
Sail away, sail away, sail away. Sail away, sail away.
I guess that's better than you're like busting out like Danny Boy or something. No, we're not at the funeral, dude. Oh, that was it. You know, we're underground, stone, the sarcophagus. This funeral. You also didn't have a lot of friends. It's just three of us, right? The goblin gave you guys a reassuring pat on the thigh before you entered the keep, but he had business elsewhere, gone to talk to his brethren or whatever. So, Vicar Niles, 25. This is not disrespectful. Disrespectful as long as you don't lay him in a sarcophagus or leave him too long in a room that technically is the tomb itself. But having him down here in tomb level should be fine, you know, that kind of thing. And they've cleaned the place up a little bit. Right?
Okay. Then that's what we will do.
Okay.
Make it more like a wake, I guess, since this is a temporary location for him. You know, set up little candles. People want to come visit the dead body, they can come visit the dead body.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
And he is royalty.
There is, yeah, well, we never got into that. We were just talking about backgrounds. You want to go to the dwarven funeral, it will be held up the mountain. You want to go into the friends and family wake put on by a human cleric, there's no disrespect in doing a somewhat human tradition and being dwarven woke aware. Sure. Very kind of you.
Well, that and he has his followers.
Okay.
Probably want to say something to the body.
Now, is there, besides just setting this occasion up or a place up, would you stay? Would you be the greeter? Would you meet and greet? What would you say? What would you do? You know,
if you lean in, the full cleric.
Yeah, no, I just
cleric.
Lean in, man, and get a hero point. Wagering on this. Let's see what you got.
I will stay and do my best.
Okay, can I have a society check?
Sure.
What do you believe would be nice?
How's a 17?
Not bad, respectable. At least you don't like faux pot, right?
Yep.
No crit fail or fail, right? Okay. Diplomacy to, you know, help the grieving. To be a kind word, extra drink, you know.
24.
Oh wow. He just keeps the
You're feeling sad? Have some more to drink.
Yeah. The sympathetic shoulder pats and the half eyes closed nodding and the booze just never stops, and they just, they all talk of Vicar Niles. Such a kind man.
It's a celebration of life, man.
Now you guys had moved the distillery here. The cousins are here.
Drinking good stuff.
No, they're because they're setting up and they're working on formulas and stuff. Like, we're not ready to like.
We didn't move it to the keep. We moved it to that hunting camp. Remember? So that we'd have dwarven guards at the back door to the portal.
Back entrance.
Yep. Okay, all right.
Which is why we kind of decided that we were going to leave the quick path from the keep buried until we can, have the work done by secretive dwarven people.
Okay.
For a secret passageway that leads from said keep there.
The champion, the alchemist, and the druid that you brought are not family. They're work associates. They're good boys. They're extended clan. They're good lads. And they bought into your sales pitch. Come with us. We need your skills. We will pay you. They work for you, right? Now, a somber dwarf witnessing their kin dying is still somber, but I don't think you get the same reaction of hugs and punches that you would have Theowen. You know what I mean? They just respectfully stop. Maybe in future we'll make the stay a holiday at the still. That kind of thing. They take the forge down to half light. They take the brewing down to half steam.
I like that.
You like
the
that?
Dwarven, the take the forge down to half light. I like that.
Flag at half mast. Thank you.
That's good. Very good.
I'll give myself a GM point. Jeff,
that's a gold coin.
Thank you. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Take the forge down to half light. Take the big vats down to half steam. And a new vat is brought with very special herbs and spices. We're not talking Colonel Secret recipe. We're talking about a very special brew that is imbibed. There you go. Yeah. I'm screwing up words to chat. Thank you. That is imbibed for somber and celebratory occasions. So again, the good stuff, right? But what they do is you guys have brought something down like a keg from the mountain. And it was like, we're going to bust this open when we're up and running. You know what I mean? Like opening day, right? The only other thing that I could think of that would make the alchemist and the druid and the champion try to make a fresh batch of that is they believe that soon they're going to have to replace it. Because one of you have fallen. And sticking with my hard ass rule of no, fuck, you can't play another dwarf. Think of something else. Unless a reincarnation, which apparently we believe in. Fine. I'm going to look that up later. Then yeah. The lads, shut down the still for a day. Draw straws. Who stays, who goes. Fall in line, accompany, pull you aside, have a quick word. Yeah, sorry, boss. Yeah. But they don't have to ask. They know who it is. No, just the way you've got them wrapped up. I mean, the blitter box is new. The giggling half-orc. I don't know if he just kind of I told him it was part of my religion. I don't know. Who knows? But Glug has the weirdest sense of humor. Fucker showed me up in every fight. You get the lure box. Oh, no, it's tradition of my people. Yeah. He's honorary orc now. Barbecue. Sandpit, right? Anyway, slow roasted. Take him out. The look on the goblin and the orc's face says it all. They are with you. So, like, again, the guys don't even blink. Al's pretty charismatic, outspoken, and eccentric dwarf. And the fact we knew we would have to make contacts, human and otherwise, in the city. So why not, an extended guard? You know what I mean? So you're picking up guys with big weapons or whatever. I don't think it would faze them. I don't think they're, these other races that with weapons that guard you, are a means to an end. And I don't think these guys would hold them responsible if one of you fell. Irresponsible would be you two dwarven lads in the jungle by yourself. What could possibly happen?
It was a glorious battle.
Yeah.
It really was.
Well, and that story can be told over drinks. But first,
it will.
First, Vicar Niles. So fast. Sorry, getting caught back up because I forgot where that the still was. Getting caught back up to where we started. this wake that he's performed, Al, do you need time alone, time away, or do you sit through it all because you're the family, you're the people, you're the line that gets glad-handed by the visitors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my presence would be required.
Okay.
Either that or I let Theowen take the lead, but I was there.
Can I have a will save?
Will save?
Yep.
Sure can. 28.
Okay. You're holding your shit together.
No tears.
Oh, the DC. Well, the DC as he's in denial. Then there's rage. Then there's all the he's got to go through the 5 steps, and for
dwarves it's 5 cases.
Yeah, five kegs.
5 kegs. 5 kegs.
Until he goes through the 5 kegs and he talks to Keith from Grief. Hey man, Human Resources is a dope show. I'm telling you, adult but very dope. 28. You're holding it together. They come. The laborers, out of respect. The first to come is obviously the Goblin Disciples. If Ryan, when he gets settled and his mic set up, right, wants to forget about coming back as a weird-ass alien creature, wants to put down Muros and play one of his own Goblin Disciples, we do have a Goblin who is a rogue who is also a disciple. So I can see where we might not jump to that. But we're going to lean into the results of the resurrection as opposed to you just picking up one of your own disciples, which was on the table before Aiden joined the show. So I'm assuming Aiden joined the show and then archetyping into monk and becoming your first disciple, your main guy, kind of takes you playing another goblin monk off the table. Yes? Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan? Yeah. Okay. I'm getting nods. Now he's just afraid. Yep. He's just afraid to talk. You may speak when directly addressed. Oh, crappy Bose microphone. He's giving the eyebrow. Those were expensive, motherfucker. Well, maybe the headset was. No, I actually got to hand it for it. Ryan's uprooted his life right now for his family, chasing a better job for his family. And the fact that he would even show up and put time aside, I am eternally grateful. But I'm still going to give you shit when I can. So we don't want you to, we want you to have the whole experience. Got to pick on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be nice to you. I'm just happy you're here.
Any other way, Jeff.
So still waiting for those results. You just get a busy signal. The God's office will call your people. We'll get into that maybe in the next episode. Al's holding his stuff together. Some rolls from Joe. Joe, would you, besides setting up, which is a nice gesture, third person, is there anything Vicar would say or do?
At this moment, no.
This
is more. My speech would be more for tavern-ish.
Okay, I gotcha. but you're setting the mood. You're helping with the ambience. You're supporting the family. Okay, no, then that is good. Very good. Al, this is a wake. What do you believe dwarven tradition is? Now it's kind of being mixed with human tradition. Now you're going to have a dwarven funeral. Like if the body goes at the funeral, his actual family will have a real funeral. Yep. And then in a couple of weeks or whatever, you can send them the joyous news that their son is different, changed, embraced a new lifestyle or whatever, but that's on them. Hey, look, the bruise is finally healed, Mom, when how she pummeled you and,
Be drinking, scowling.
Yeah. Okay.
And then towards the end of the night, probably bad singing.
All right. Now, as much as I'm dying for some RP, I could really see the stoic approach. A lot of silent nodding and eye contact and drinking and just being in one another's presence. Okay?
There are no words.
The goblins come over and they show Muros, even though he's wrapped up, practically mummified in these leaves and alcohol and everything, they show him and speak to him about their progress. How Sensei would be proud. They talk about how many stones and weight they can lift. They talk about how they've upped the regiment from 100 squats to 200 a day. all in his name, all in his honor, and how they will continue to teach any and all races that want to know the way of the stone stance, the way of Muros.
The Church of Muros.
It starts here. Give me one other town generation, but as soon as it spreads, we're going full on cult, baby. It's a cult. Have some cult of Muros, right?
The monk traditions. What are they called?
There's several of them.
No, I mean like collectively. What do you call a monk tradition?
Yeah. Anyways, the monk traditions. That's what's happening, and it's gonna be weirdly broken because it's gonna be run by goblins. It's very interesting.
I don't know. I mean, if Taldor on the border of Kadira, so you have Persia and you have like this old French, Roman, English crap going on, okay, can pull a far-off martial art and put a temple right on the border in the middle of nowhere in this mountain, which eventually starts boiling into this short sword and little buckler shield Taldori martial art tradition, then why not? Like, you gotta read it. You gotta go from A to B to C to get to D. But that's
what was Muros's tradition.
Well,
mountain stance.
Mountain stance was like it's a stance, right? So
it's a stance, but there was a tradition that that's what I'm talking about. The thing that gives you that.
It's straight up just mountain stance. Like it's one of the first level 4 feet.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was not part of a monk order.
Order, that's it. That's the word. Order.
Yeah, right. So we were loosely saying
Order of the chest hair.
Order of the libation. Drink, right? They drink Rogaine straight. Chair just comes out of everywhere, right? The order of Rogaine. The order of... Anyway. Something that we had glossed over. But you know what happens in history?
The odor of Muros.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Look, but you know what happens? If, people like to fill in details if they're not there. So goblins are going to be making shit up about his original order. You know,
yeah.
The dwarf that thought he was more comfortable as a goblin. How flat and wide instead of broccoli shaped his ears were. You know, they're going to like portraits of you, and you're going to look more goblin-like and less dwarven-like, you know, until you're just
centuries later.
Yeah, you're going to end up looking like Grogu.
Who are posing
if we ever pick up a Starfinder game, that'll give you the opportunity.
Actually, Joseph Davis, who is starring in our Outlaws of Alkenstar, is a Starfinder nut, and when he gets settled, yeah, that's on the table. It's totally on the table if you guys want to do it.
I don't know. I'm on the table about the system. It's weird. It's cool, but it's weird.
It's a little. It's like last first edition, but it's like first edition 1.5 because they've added to it. You know what I mean? Anyway, but I thought we were getting all our sci-fi goodness elsewhere in the show that shall not be named in the presence of he who is Joe. We're talking very religiously now about everything, you know. So now that you're down in the crypts of second,
he's still happy about it though. You notice he's like, good job.
Damn right. And yet we've managed to almost mention it like a dozen times. Good job, Doug. You got me on a roll.
Almost.
Keeping your stuff together, getting the drinks going. The lads ask you, you know, where, you know, their, shall we say, reception will be held here at the Keep, back in town, back at the actual brewery, small group, dwarves only in the body. Like, you know, is this like a life day thing where you need a Wookiee and you just prop the guy up like a Mexican in the corner? Like, what are we doing here with this?
That's it. Give you respects and
celebration of life. It's not pour one out, it's pour one on top of because his body needs to absorb it. We got to keep him moist. It's a long trip up the mountain.
Yep.
Yeah, and then probably I think we probably have to send Thean with it.
See, we mentioned Starfinder, and someone in chat says, "Yeah, but is it as fun as Star?" Wait a minute, that's Escatoni. That's Doug. Doug, would you trying to get some
I've been
fans?
So good staying on mute. I've kept my mouth quiet, and I was just trying to have an outlet. Don't hate me, Joe.
No. I appreciate you monitoring the chat and keeping the watchers watched. Sorry, you were saying, Al?
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to send Theon back with him. I'm far too busy to have to break the news to his parents. and you know,
no, Frank is on horizon that seems to get further every year. So having his character temporarily written out, so you don't conveniently have somebody making all the right decisions. Now we can leave someone that's going to make bad decisions in charge. I like this.
Yep.
So we send Theon with the body.
Yep.
And maybe one of the lads.
And probably
the
couple
champion
of his and maybe a couple of his Muros'
disciples, yeah,
to protect.
Yes, Mom will be so proud. My son went out.
Pilgrimage. Hey, you know what? If they're serious about it,
they're warriors. So
there's no type of xenophobia, racism like the generation and
the
generation before.
What are you talking about?
Mom and Grandpa. Oh yeah, they're very open-minded about other races. They're not first edition, they're red box. My mom came out of the red box, said some serious misogynistic racist shit. That's my grandpa and my mom. Yeah, okay.
We apologized for them at the holiday parties and everything.
So the wake wake passes, you guys are set up for 24 to 48 hours where people can do their work, get off work, come pay their respects, right? In their downtime, sleep, eat, be merry, say kind words to each other, memories and stuff. In the crypt, in the tomb, it is very somber. It doesn't seem like the place to start striking up conversations like a reception about stories of Muros. So they keep it in line. They show the muscles and they do the regular kind of thing. And it's so weird watching Ryan just get up and walk away into the distance and get smaller, because I'm used to him being in the basement where he has to go sideways like the rest of us. I just saw him get up, spin in a chair, and then walk off. Go toward the light, Ryan. No, don't. We need your soul for the next character. Wait, come back. Don't go towards the light, motherfucker. All right.
It's coming back.
Oh, good face.
I'm sorry. The spirit needed a spirit.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, I'm glad you stayed in gallery mode, because he'd have never pulled focus.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So we get to see it.
We're trying some new things. We're going to try gallery for main and then single for battle and stuff. And so, what's the next step for you guys? Let's say a day or so go by and you guys have, observed the wake. There's enough alcohol that all you can smell is rotting alcohol as opposed to rotting Muros. So you guys make arrangements with Theo. He departs with the champion.
Okay.
Right? Played by Tim, the Aussie, right? Your Aussie cousin, right? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, the Arnold guy.
Yep. Yeah. No. That's your druid. Arnie is your mushroom recipe brewmaster, and the alchemist is the brewmaster, and you guys you need those two. And our champion is just and holy blessing and guard them, right? So it's okay, let's take our, now Theo's no schlep, he's our finest warrior, right? And with the champion at his side, that body is going to get home in short time and might be covered in blood and guts and, Muros' last battle, we used him in the battle. We threw him at the bad guys, and Muros is still fighting on.
He'd be so proud.
Yeah, he looked worse than Bernie after the second movie by the time we get his body up that mountain, but he fought every inch of the way.
When we chucked him out that window.
That's exactly. When he landed on those other orcs, damn.
Yeah. And we call him Bernie from now on.
I know, Bernie.
Muros Bernie.
Yeah, his middle name is Bernie. No, Bernie's
still making little grapple checks.
Well, we've got unfinished business back there. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, we do.
I think we're gonna. Need
we do have to get back, but we should probably resupply. I think would be a good idea.
Yeah.
That's going to be a little bit of the hard part.
Day 3.
Resupply. Yeah, we have basic stuff, but anything big, no. Because we have no money.
Yeah, you guys didn't you guys like spend every
Very
last
true.
dime on these? There was no diamond dust. You guys had to buy like cocaine to get the clarity.
Cocaine.
Fantasy cocaine. Let me just clean this up for the audience, so it's a child.
That's diamond dust. I mean,
it's kids cocaine.
They call it diamond dust. You know, we need 500 gold pieces worth of diamond dust. What are you going to do with it? Oh, you're going to enlighten yourselves to call the gods. Okay. Can I do a line of that diamond dust to help you guys? Aid another? All right.
It's a different system.
Fuck alcohol. Joe's got a brand new Colin. Next thing you know, he's like, he switches to Dwarven for UKJ ancestry, and he's wearing the paint.
Jeff complains about how long it takes to get through combat rounds. Imagine if all of us were just like, okay, we're through. All right, bell checks.
You guys were hyped up on diamond dust? Secret word.
Oh.
Okay. So you guys head back into town, yes? Get a little something?
There's nothing really to get except for like basic supplies, which we should be able to get at the keep. Like rations and stuff like that. Like
Or Acrovale.
Yeah. This is just because we have like zero
I would
cash.
take the opportunity to wash my clothing.
Okay.
That's about all I really need. No, I mean I don't. You know.
Okay.
I don't have very high needs and very seldom in
All right.
a city.
On the third day, a little late for the wake, Theon is like left that morning. Okay, but late morning, early afternoon, a woman shows up at the keep, asking for entrance. Explains who she is, and then the laborers, whatever, vouch that Morta Valiskin owns a business in town and is requesting a word with your party.
Cool.
Sure.
Do we have an audience chamber set up?
Sure, anywhere.
Anywhere in this rubble.
Well, no, they've been cleaning.
Yep.
We've been gone for like months exploring the jungle, right? How long has it been? Do we have a timeline on that? You were tracking it a little while ago, I remember.
Yeah, no, you guys are beyond 40 days and there's like a little bit more, built or whatever, but most of the projects after cleaning and walls are like, they're like 5-10 days each. So what took us like 20 episodes really is only like half a wall when you get back and you just keep pouring money into it. I do know that your money isn't run out. Like there was the investment of cash.
Yeah, we dumped like our first foray of money in.
Yeah, and you came back with that 400 gold piece idol or brick and dumped it at the stonesmith's feet. He's like, all right, let's go. This is half a keep right here. Let's go. Yeah, all right. Let's go. Yeah, well, you walk in and there's offices and there's this and that, like where the warg puppy was found and everything, and the big turtle up the north side there. There's chambers galore, and they have brought some basic furniture, wooden table, wooden chair for anyone to like sit, rest, eat, right? And they're scattered throughout the keep because people are like working and they don't want to like come back 10 rooms to some big gallery.
Yeah, but you figured that we would have something set up as like a kind of permanent office space, or at least Theon would have.
Theon would, like the actual space where he had the maps and everything, where you found him.
Sure.
Inside the inner keep, right? Yeah. Just off of the inside of the inner courtyard. You guys go through doors and there's all those small chambers, 5x10s, 10x10s.
Oh, yeah.
The little round beneath the tower point like type of thing. He's turned one of those into office, and doesn't look big on the map, but they're pretty spacious for just like 6 guys and a beer. So yeah, cubby, right? So you find yourselves sitting opposite. They bring in anyway. Tuskhead stoneworking, right? Rorsk Axebane, your dwarf.
Yep.
The guy you gave all the money to, okay? Brings her in and vouches for her. And so she's businesswoman from town, wants a word, brings her in. So that's how she got admitted. She's not some creepy assassin person.
Yeah.
However, if it wasn't for a dwarf vouching for this person, okay? Now, he brings her in, but out of dwarven stubbornness and curiosity, unless you dismiss him, he doesn't leave the room. He kind of does that, well, I brought her and I'll see her out, and kind of curious, right? So he just stands at the door and waits to see what you guys do.
Sure.
An imposing, tall, black painted building with heavy onyx covered curtain is a home, a place of business. The woman produces a portrait and slides it, a picture of a building.
Okay.
Morticia. Morta is her name, but Morticia, like Wednesday's mom, it's the best way to describe. I am talking a elaborate morning gown, a very gauzy black veil, and elbow-length black satin gloves. The woman is tall and slim, human by the looks of her, and an indeterminate age, somewhere like older than 40 but less than 70. Like, it's just, she'll move and there's a couple extra wrinkles, and yet she is feminine and graceful and seems somewhat spry for someone that, you know, human being elderly.
Okay.
Anyway, she is seated, silently pulls out this portrait of a satchel from her satchel, slides across the table, and lets you guys examine it. This painting is of an imposing black painted building with heavy onyx colored curtains. As if it's self-explanatory, she just waits.
Sure.
What do you guys do?
Hand the picture around.
Okay.
When it comes back, slide it back across the table to her.
All right.
And
it does not need a society check for a local from Breach Hill. Vicar, there is a part of town, okay, if you drawing your attention to the northern east gate, where the river makes that side of town very narrow. Two places we don't usually go. Another temple, Shilun style, and Morta's mortuary. A little L-shaped building tucked against a wall behind a massive courtyard building, kind of out of the way. It's not even on a street. You got to go up an alley to find this place. Adjacent to a wall, tucked beside a huge building, and down an alley between other buildings. It's not even like street side. Some serious Adams family looking shit in this picture. Anyway, she smiles, a thin yet still gracious smile. Slowly, with two fingers daintily, satin gloves, turn up the gauze veil, but only as far as her nose, so her mouth is exposed. Pale, you believe blue, gossamer eyes stare at you through this veil, and she finally speaks. I am so sorry for your loss. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Morta Valaskin, mortician by trade, and she points gracefully at the picture. My home and business. I understand that you have recently suffered a death in your family. And again, my condolences. She says, now, I am not overly familiar with Dwarven tradition. However, since your fallen comrade was a celebrated hero of Breach Hill, saved many in the arson event and fire of Town Hall, something that could happen to any of us. One never knows what may happen on the morrow, she says wistfully and starts looking adrift. Shakes her head and pulls herself back to the present. Where was I? Ah, yes. The morrow. I would be happy to offer my business's services at an extremely discounted rate to cover just the bare minimum of costs as a token of my appreciation towards you, your party, and this mighty hero that has fallen. Then she starts looking around, and forgetting herself in character, she just starts nodding to herself like she's looking at the renovations, like we did live in the place. This looks pretty good. You know, creepy old castle. Look at it, it's pretty nice. Looking around like, oh yeah, I like these guys. You know.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk with us. But our fallen lad is being sent back to the mountain. And he'll be entombed. With his family.
Of course. I meant no disrespect.
None taken.
I'm merely offering a wake or a viewing for the good townfolk that owe this valiant comrade of ours a chance for them to pay due respect.
Did we already send him off? He's already sent off.
Yeah, he got shipped off pure later this morning. You fuckers didn't even use FedEx. You used Theo and Fastness or whatever it was.
So you're saying you want to drink more?
Yeah. We already had a service here in the keep for him, and unfortunately, you know, dead bodies being what they are, he's been sent on his way already.
Her thin smile doesn't become a frown, but it goes flat in a hint of disappointment. She says, I see. Well, if you ever do really long uncomfortable pause that I'm not going to roleplay, God's forbid, another really long uncomfortable pause that I'm not going to roleplay, require my services in the future. And she just waves a hand at like, any of you could die tomorrow. You know, her eyes just kind of linger on one of you. I'm not saying which one. Depends which one of you guys piss me off more. And then back to you, Al, and says, please don't hesitate to call. She stands up, turns to Rourke, and nods at him like, you know, I'm good to go. Picks up her satchel, like a big bingo purse, and waits to be escorted out by Rourke, leaving you the painting on the desk.
Ooh. Of her building.
Yeah, maybe she forgot it.
Business card.
Cool.
Okay. You just take it as a card or a gift. You don't say, excuse me, you left your creepy ass mansion here.
No, but next time I come to town, I will return it to her.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, did I just hit on Al? I left a lady leaves something hoping the guy will follow her, and damn, she's slick. What is it with you dwarves and these creepy elderly women in this town? This is number 2. All right. Rourke sees her out, and there is that, you know, the long black dress, you know, tight on the hips and skinny on the waist, and it just does the weeble wobble out. Anyway,
weird.
Rourke gives you guys. No, Rourke nods his approval of, like, you heard her out as a fellow respected towns member. You know, he's happy because he is one of the town. You know what I mean? Heard her out, very happy about that, and, you know, turned her down, also happy about that, and sees her out.
Yep.
With respect.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gracious act for her to come and pay her respects, anyways, even though it was, you know, a sales call.
Well, think about it. She traveled alone 11 miles on foot all the way out here. Did she? You guys go check? You go check? Maybe there's a black horse and carriage and a vampire drive. Who knows? Right?
That'd be cool. Yeah, we'll go check.
Okay.
For sure.
Look at one of those.
Are any of those things there?
She's got the black horse and a cart, and the cart is long enough for 2 coffins abreast, and there's a cloth covering something box shaped back there. I mean, we got to be ready, prepared in case you guys want to jump on this deal. Discount 2 dwarves, 1 for 1 burial, but, you know, kind of thing. She's ready to go, but I'm not going to show up with this like wagon like where you can see the coffins. That'd be disrespectful. There's just 2 humps in the back. I'm just, you know.
I was definitely uncomfortable as a champion during that entire interchange. I was very tempted to pull my sun blade.
Really? Be gone, demon. No, humans are like this, dude. Chuck, calm down. You think that human's bad, man? Like, we got to get you out of your homeland more often, because I tell you, not everyone's cool like Niles. He's kind of
Mortis Mortuary, eh?
Mortis Mortuary. Yeah. And I read her description, and I'm like, I've been waiting. It's like, when would you ever go meet Morticia? It's so creepy. It's like, somebody died. Oh, well, do you go to town? No? You sure? No?
Nope.
And it's like, well,
then town comes to you.
Well, yeah, but I do have a legit reason. You guys are heroes. Right?
It's true.
If you guys were just some kind of chumps, I'm not going to walk up the freaking hill 11 miles. No. I'm going to bring my cart out here. I'm not so greedy for the dead. People die every day. I'm a very busy woman. But a hero, if she could in turn a hero, that would definitely be street cred, Mortis Mortuary. Handle, you know what I mean? So yeah, it is a business interest, but it's also, you guys have enough of a reputation already, right? You're also employing a big chunk of the town right under Pisani's nose, right? That is true. Right? So, and people are saying you're fair employers, Theo is firm but fair, doesn't put up a slacking, kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. And then he side talk about goblins are actually part of the infrastructure of the town. Goblins, elves, humans, like your core races from the core book, they actually promote you in the ancestry section to play those. And they literally say these races will be the most rewarding in your end game. And I didn't even push that. I'm just like, what do you guys want to play? And our angle was 3 dwarves come down the mountains. Like, okay. And we've been picking up misfits from there. Awesome. But I will say this. As you guys watch her cart depart over the hill, okay, there is something unsettling about her presence. Perhaps someone that, deals with the dead and views it with polite grace, and yet it's just a business. You know what I mean? Nothing against the mortuary business. Some of my friends are actual morticians. I shit you not. I know a whole family that was in the business, and I was friends with their son and adjacent, and I even know, they're good people, they're kind people, and you got to have a certain mindset and thick skin.
The Elmens?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say. Yeah, the Elmens are lovely people.
They are very good people. Good family.
And it was an awesome party house.
Their house was crazy.
It was.
It's huge.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, and through those closed doors, there were like coffins in an adjacent dining living room. It's where we used to go, and it's where I discovered Axis and Allies. It was in Dan's kitchen, yeah. Anyway, for the record, they brought up your names, folks, not me. I'm just trying to be respectful to them. But come on, her name's Morta, and they dress her like Morticia. Good. It's like, that is such a good, such a subtle homage, so I had to go right into it. Anyway, but I didn't want to do like the straight up Morticia voice. I'm just trying to go with something that I think would fit. And a name like Valiskin, almost seems, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying she's the ancient snake lady that's been here for generations. She's just some creepy old broad, but, who knows? Thank you, Pathfighter 2.
Snake lady, spider lady.
Yeah.
Lots of creepy ladies.
I got Doug shit in his pants. You're afraid of a woman in satin gloves. Okay, man, you're going to love this town because there's more.
No, I just assumed she was some sort of undead, and being a champion or light, I was uncomfortable.
Let's not assume. Do you have any way of detecting?
I would only have, I can do detect magic. I don't have detect evil. I have smite evil, and I have sunblade. But I don't have anything
smite
that's like
evil. Morta. No, she's harder to kill than I thought. She didn't go down easy, so I guess she wasn't evil.
I guess she's not evil.
Because she was harder to kill. If I had smite evil up and running, that evil person would have fell like a ton of bricks. But she was actually kind of grisly and chewy, and
maybe I made a dubious knowledge roll on her.
Glug the cannibal. You look for your next meal. Yeah, let's have that. Haven't had one of those in a while.
Fun. That's right.
I haven't had a good old dubious knowledge in a while.
So that would, let's just do a lore check. Is that what you would say?
For those who have forgotten, because when I suddenly twisted at the end, depending, okay, you want to read dubious knowledge again? How it works? Because I love this skill. It's the best.
Unfortunately, just closed this. Let me open it back up. You're a treasure trove of information, but not all of it comes from reputable sources. When you fail, but don't critically fail, a recall knowledge check using any skill. You learn a bit of true knowledge and a bit of erroneous knowledge, but you don't have any way to differentiate between them.
Okay, so if you did recall religion and you're trained, you're good. But if you did recall society and you're not trained, you use the dubious knowledge feat skill. Is that right?
No, it comes into play if he fails the check.
Fails any recall knowledge check, whether I'm trained or not. Just anytime.
Okay, so why would you want to take? Why would you want to take that skill? Where's the advantage?
There's not really. It's a role play.
It's role play.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought there had to be some reward to the risk. You know.
Well, instead
you
of
do
failing
get to
and
learn
learning
something.
nothing, you get one piece of true information and one piece of false information, and you have to determine. Like, it's definitely
okay. So
not an awesome ability.
Society. No, I love this. Society would cover a lot of who she is, what she does, but you're worried that she's something supernatural, which falls under occult or religion. So, give me some occult and religion in the tower.
Sweet.
And let us know what you're trained and untrained in.
Religion in the tower.
Okay.
Untrained occultism.
Okay.
In the tower.
Oh, look at those rolls.
Okay. Humans wear black to proudly denote their dark intent. The longer the gown and the bigger the hood, the more evil their hearts. And when it comes to like undead and those types of undead that can pass for humans, you know, cowled up ghouls, vampires that can pass, that type of thing, they go the other way. They get into your rich velvet reds and purples and blacks, and you know, like they try to pick, you know, like the gothic look, right? Okay. Obviously, this woman that I will not say is not giving you the willies. She is straight up a willy maker. Let me rephrase that. She is straight up.
Should I make a will say?
Good. That one there, she's a real will maker.
Yeah, and then the orc leans in and goes, "Yeah, man, she creeps me out too." And there's lost in translation yet again.
Shit. Sorry.
Just.
That's you, man.
I know. I can keep a straight face in the joke, right? But if you guys laugh, great. If you guys hash it back at me, then it's like suddenly I'm the audience becomes funny and I have trouble holding it in. But anyway, she's just flaunting, you know, the evil or the fact that her supernatural presence, but you can't seem to identify exactly what she is. Is she undead? Is she supernatural? And to attack prematurely at that willy maker, to be a premature willy. No. You don't want that, orc. You don't want that. Glug, glug.
I'll be a premature.
I really don't know why you get mad. Why you mute up, man? I just love it when you lose your shit. Just losing it. It's me too.
Because I was making noise.
Because you did not draw your sword. We're not going back in time and saying this encounter went down differently, okay?
Not at all, no.
There is something unsettling about this woman. You can't put your finger on it, but the fact that she flaunts the dark gown...
I will not put my finger on it.
And the fact that she says...
Did he try to put his finger on it and was unable to? Because then she'd be a ghost.
Or maybe I tried to put a ring on it.
Oh.
Yeah, we could have a double wedding, you and Theoan and the half-elf necromancer chick. You're not sure. You guys leave, and only the orc remains staring out that doorway at the cart. Right? And the creepiest part, at the very end, the boys have left you alone, glug glug, and you're watching, and you want to see her go like all the way gone, before turning your back.
I hate to see her leave.
No, it's fine. the last moment, she turns, as if she knows someone's eyes are still upon her, and she nods.
For a second, I thought you were gonna she turns into a bat.
I know. Well, with that, hate to see you leave, right? She turned around, gave that big booty a slap, that kind of shit.
But I'd love to watch her go.
Go away, evil. Go away. And with all that awkward, creepy, not really jokefulness, we will see you all next time. Trying to build it. That's going to be one of the one times I tried to build up a really good punchline joke or something, and it's just like, we're almost getting there, and then no. We're almost getting there, and no. And no. Oh, well. That's okay. Maybe next time.
We got close. We missed our exit.